like all of that, it is I fixed it. Somehow I
Man.
clicked on a button and it worked, and now I've got bits, and everybody's giving me all the thumbs up. I got the emoji skeletons. Yay!
Yay! And now we'll start over. Just kidding.
Yeah. All right, let's close the stream. All of y'all come back. No, I'm
We
just
are
kidding.
me.
Just kidding. Awesome. So we are going to be chatting about some of your other games and things too. But how long, Amy, have you been designing games? Because You Think You Know Me came out, and
2018.
yeah,
It's birthday.
2018. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got a nice reprint because every one that I've bought and I've actually given away to people.
Aw.
I have it boxed upside down. Here, this is what the box looks like. So yeah, 2018. So was that kind of like your jump start?
Yes, I had the idea for You Think You Know Me in May of 2017, and I started carrying around handwritten cards for about a month or so. I started writing it immediately when I had the idea, and then by June or July, I had made a prototype through Print and Play. I love Print and Play in Vancouver, Washington. They're great for any prototypes that you need, and they're so fast, and they do such a good job. So I carried around that game with me, and my Kickstarter was up and running by September. And I asked for $15,000, and I got almost 30. So it was really successful and really fun for a first time card game for me. Like, it was mind blowing. It was so great. And yeah, then it came out at the end of February, early March 2018. So it's like You Think You Know Me's birthday week this week.
Wow.
Years old. And it's on its third printing. So it's on its third printing, and I'm printing with long pack, and I love long pack. They're great. And so I've used them for my second game as well.
Yeah. So speaking of your second game, Flatter Me, a compliment battle card game. This is speaking of like card games and stuff, you kind of imitated the game War in a
Yes.
sense in this game. So talk a little bit about this game and how the development came from that. Did you find yourself like, oh my gosh, I have such an awesome success with You Think You Know Me, I want to make another one? Did you find yourself like on that trajectory of like, I'm a game designer and now I'm like gonna make all these games? Or did you always have kind of like this idea in your head?
Well, it was summer of 2017 when I was playtesting You Think You Know Me that I had the idea for Flatter Me, and I knew I wanted to make a compliment battle card game, and I didn't know how it would be played, and I had started writing it, but I knew I had to concentrate on one thing at a time. I have a very, distracted kind of brain, and I knew that I needed to obsess on my one thing, so I focused everything on You Think You Know Me, and I knew I'd just come back to Flatter Me. At the time, Flatter Me didn't have that name either. I wasn't sure what it was going to be named. Um, so once You Think You Know Me did well, I slowly started working on Flatter Me. And it just came from, again, just wanting to have people connect over saying nice things to each other and really seeing each other. And I did think it was going to be played really fast. And as soon as I started playtesting Flatter Me, people really slowed down, and they really were like authentically complimenting each other, and it was so beautiful. Like, I teared up a lot when I see any of my games being played, because it's so amazing to see people connect over something you've made. Like, it will never get old. It's a thrill. So yes, that's what definitely kept me coming back, is that I was like, I can help people connect and have fun in this medium that I just love. um yeah, so I was hooked on it. And Flatter Me was Kickstarter. I feel like I'm talking in circles. That's kind of what I do. I'm so sorry. um Flatter Me's Kickstarter started on March 17th last year. Can you believe? Like, right into lockdown. It was not good timing, but it worked out, and I got to make it, thank goodness.
Wow. Ah, that's so cool. Like just the success stories that you've had with
Thank you.
these, of just how like quickly and like relatable these games became, and it's like it kind of in a way like adapted human nature, right? Of like we can all be nice and give each other compliments and make it a fun experience for people. Or
And
we
not,
can
and
have
not
this
be
icebreaker
snarky.
game where we can play some cards and have some laughs and learn about each other, but in like a friendly environment that's kind of awkward, but kind of not in a way. Like, you know, definitely approachable. So, that's super awesome. That's
Thank
super awesome.
Thanks. And then after Flatter Me funded last year, I was like, well, now it's time to start my game company. And that's when I started Pink Tiger Games. So there's my little logo. So now I have the umbrella of Pink Tiger Games, and that's where, you can find everything. And yeah, and I have to give a shout out to like Uncommon Goods in New York. They're an online retailer. They have been so supportive of my games and so amazing. They really changed my life as well, because in 2018 they put You Think You Know Me in their holiday catalog, and that was just huge for me. So, and then they ordered Flatter Me last year as well when it came out, and yeah, they're just wonderful. So it's just getting the games to out to the people.
Yeah. Cool. And so with Pink Tiger, is there anyone like do you have a team or are you flying solo?
It's primarily just me. I'm lucky enough to have a partner that thinks differently than I do. He's very logical and linear. So, like, I always say that my brain is like, a shaken up snow globe. So, and I'm immensely creative all over the place. And then when I have an idea, he's able to be like, okay, this is, how we'll write the rules. So I'll be like, yeah, that's what I said. So like I'll write the rules of my game, and then he'll be like, nobody's gonna understand this, and then he writes them. So I'm better with the creative writing, and he's good with the editing. So he edits me, and he also helps me lay things out. I don't do any of that. I stand next to him and go that there, that there, that there, and then he does all that. So he's very, very helpful, and I don't have to pay him.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Michelle in the chat is saying that's lovely. Yay, partnership.
Yay! I agree. I'm very
Yay,
grateful. I'm
yay.
very, very
Oh,
grateful for that.
yeah, that's so awesome. I can relate to with Chicks Can Game, and a cool story about you and I connecting is we live in the same area, and so when I was doing some of my events, I actually met you at one of our events and things, and you were talking about right at the time you were promoting You Think You Know Me,
Yeah,
and it was like in its prototype.
yeah.
Like
You and
it
your
wasn't
group.
even like fully
Yeah,
printed yet or anything. So I
no,
got to play a prototype with you, and I was like, oh my gosh, this game is lovely and fun, and like I just want to play it a lot. And so, and I'm not saying that just because you're on as a guest right now. Like I was honestly like, this is a really
thank
sweet game.
Thank you.
Um,
That
and
was such
so
a memorable night. That was amazing. It
yeah,
really was, because that was a playtest night for me for sure. And I went in not knowing your group at all. I didn't know you, and we met, and I just kind of sat back and tried to, just tell you how to play, and then I wanted to watch, and it was so great. Yeah,
yeah.
you and your group were so amazing. I can't believe here we are these years later. It's so cool.
Yeah. It's so awesome. Yeah. And so then we had our like events and things too, and you've been really great about like keeping me informed about what you're doing and like, hey, can we like do these other games and promote them? And then I remember like a year or two later you were like, "Hey, I've got Flatter Me out now. Like, can I come and like show you how to do that too?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
yes, please."
I showed you it, Flatter Me in prototype phase too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, it was just really really sweet to just have those connections, and then now even like doing things remotely because of the pandemic and everything having to like shut down in a way, it's still nice that we can still connect and be able to play these games and promote them and like highlight us like doing our thing for us with CCG and like having the
Mhm.
events that include welcome spaces, but then also highlighting designers like you and others that have really approachable and like fun games as well. Because I think a lot of times people get that stigma of like, oh, is this game going to be fun? Oh, it has to be fun because it's, about dinosaurs or it's about cats or whatever. And like, there's like certain niches that people get into, which is great. But at the same time, it's like this game is approachable for like all kinds of players. And that's kind of the audience that we want to promote here at CCG is just like, come as you are, come play these games and have fun. So, yeah, I'm really excited. And we've built like this friendship after like through it all too. And like you've helped me in kind of just being like a sounding board for me too of like what do I do with CCG, like this is such like a new experience for me and like being a woman in business and like you were really really just kind and giving like words of like this is my experience and I'm here for you and like I think a lot of us need that in this time and especially in this industry too where we're like not in the majority of people in the industry. There's several women out there that are doing a lot of awesome things and yet we don't get as much support as we should. So I feel like it's a really valuable tool to have like each other to support and grow in this industry. And I've learned a lot from people just here on Twitch too that are really supportive and wonderful that have done nothing but just like give encouragement, which I think is something that is more valuable than like critique, like, yeah, I'm not really sure what you're going to be doing, but you're doing awesome at it. Like, kind of thing. So, yeah. So have you seen, and we will get down to the games, folks. And if you have any questions for Amy, please feel free to pop them in the chat too. But have you seen yourself like finding the waters easy to navigate being a woman designer in the industry? Have you found any like challenges or difficulties, or have you seen it been like, no, I've had nothing but like awesome experience and it's been, smooth sailing and golden roads the whole time. Like are you okay to like share kind of like your experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think my experience obviously is my own. I can only speak for myself. And thank you for all your kind words too. That was super sweet. And I feel the same. It's great to, connect. And everyone that I've connected with in games, especially the women, everyone is super supportive and amazing. And everybody wants to help each other. And I try to do that too. Everybody's in a certain place in where their designs are. Either they have an idea, or they're at market. Wherever you are, I want to help you if I can, and I want you to help me if you can. Like, I think that's part of community, and community is everything. Friendships and relationships are everything. Being authentic and being kind to each other, what else matters? I don't know. Like, that is my lifting off point. That's where I want to come from always. I've been asked to be, on panels, which has been really nice, but I have been the lone woman designer. So I'd like to see more, women featured. And yeah, and I think that my games, because they're card games and because they're more about connection and conversation, and they're still games, they still definitely fit in games. They're not seen like, a game about dinosaurs or cats. They're like, oh, I don't really want to play that. So that's kind of like, I'm still trying to find my place, even though I have a place. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why I'm fighting still to like be invited to the party that the people don't want me at. Maybe they don't want me. I don't know. See, that's just me being insecure, maybe. But so I've tried to just find my own way. Like, I've reached out to all kinds of people that I admire that aren't in games too. And I'm like, do you want to share my game? So share my games. And it's just because I feel like my audience, my audience is so many people. It's people who don't play games. Like, I've had so many people reach out to me and say, I don't even like games, or my partner doesn't like games, and I love your games, or my partner loves your games. They won't ever play anything with me, and we're playing your games, and I'm just like, amazing, you know? So I have those kinds of experiences a lot. Um, yeah, and I just feel like I kind of have to push my way to be noticed, which is fine. Like I'm down for the hustle, and I love to lift people up too when I see the same thing. Or even when somebody is not being really vocal, like I want to lift you up. I want to figure out how to get eyes on you if I can in my little way. I don't know, however I can. So I hope that makes sense. Like I want to help people and amplify them. I want to help marginalized people who've been on the outskirts of games, you know, like, you know, your tagline is all about. Like, you're just bringing everyone in, inclusive gaming, inclusive spaces, everyone is welcome. Yeah, that's super important to me. Yeah.
Oh, awesome! We just got rated by Gen Con TV. Hello, everyone that's joining. Thank you so, so much for being a part. My name is Jess. This is Chicks Can Game Happy Hour Hangout. I am joined by the lovely Amy of Pink Tiger Games. And we are just chatting about all of the things that she's done in designing these wonderful, sweet little card games. So thank you. Hello to all of you that are popping in. Oh my gosh, so many friendly faces. So so lovely. Thank you so much. Hello to Aqua. Hello to James. Hello Hornist and Realty. Oh my gosh, Yasamui. Thank you so much. I apologize if I'm butchering your usernames. Hello Paula Deming. Please ignore Streamlabs. They love having to foil everybody sending emojis, but please send me all the emojis. I just love it. We are
I can't,
going to
I
be
can't see
playing
the
some of
chat.
Amy's titles here in just a sec, but if you have any questions for her throughout the stream, please feel free to pop them in to the chat. Thank you for the follow. I think it's Yasamuel. Yasamuel. I apologize if I'm like butchering your name. Sass Queen is here. Yes, Streamlabs is being high maintenance as per usual. The bots are always on the attack. Yasamui. Okay, cool. Yes. So I am just so excited to have you all here. It's a perfect time for us to um, play one of these games. I think we should start with your first title, Amy.
Okay.
Let's do some You Think You Know Me, and I'm going to switch over to our table view so folks can see the cards and all of their glory. But why don't you give everyone a brief overview of how to play? And we will just play a few rounds, just so folks can kind of get the hang of it. Um, yeah, I see. You've got your cards ready. I've got my cards ready. So yeah, take it away and explain this beautiful game.
This is You Think You Know Me. There are many ways to play, but the official rules are to grab 7 cards, and whoever you're playing with, 2 people, 10 people, doesn't matter. You choose from your 7 and decide which one you're going to read to whichever player you want, and you read it out loud and you guess how they would answer. If you guess correctly, you get to discard, and you want to lose all your cards. You want to lose all your 7 cards. And if I get it wrong, I have to discard and then draw again. That's
Oh,
it. And then it goes to the next player. Whether you get it
awesome.
right or
And we
whether
just
you
got
do it
rated again, Amy. More games, please. Thank you so much to all of you. Hello. Hello, Deadpan and Steph. Oh my gosh. And thank you, Samproof, for the follow. Bass is here. Oh my goodness gracious. So, so awesome. Jay Foolsguard, thank you for the follow. Yeah, this is just amazing. Amazing.
Are there
Beyond
any
Dead, thank you,
questions?
thank you. Hello, Lowry. Hello, Game Cupboard. I hope you all had fun on More Games Please stream. Did you all figure out how to get out of the dungeon? They were playing an adventure game, Amy, which is kind of like an escape room, but has like cards and things, and you read It's a combination of kind of like an escape room versus choose your own adventure.
Cool.
So you can like pair cards together and read things.
Mhm.
So yeah, pretty darn cool. Giggles is here. Losers are here. Hello, all of you lovely people are here. Ignore all the Streamlabs things. I love all the emojis. So yeah, Streamlabs is in a mood today, but we will just ignore them.
Have there have there
We
been
are
any
going to
questions?
play You Think You Know Me.
Okay.
And what Amy was saying is you pick a card, you have 7 cards in your hand, you pick a card and you pick a player that you think would apply to that card. If you are correct, then you discard it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you're trying to get rid of all your cards.
Yes.
And be the first one to do that. So, all right, James is going to take a lurk. Have fun lurking around that corner. So, Amy, I will start.
Okay.
Let's
Oh, we have to
see.
start with whoever's birthday is first.
Oh,
Oh.
well, my birthday is in May.
Okay, so you get to go. Because I just had mine.
Oh, awesome. Alrighty. I will say. Do 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 do. I will say, Amy, I know your favorite candy is, I'm going to say Skittles.
I'm so sorry. It's dark chocolate.
Oh,
Every day, all day.
I thought it might be like beautiful because they're colorful and fun to eat.
Yes, that's a good guess.
All right, so then I discard one and draw a new card.
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Um, all right, Jess. I know you have or haven't kept a journal about your life. I think you have. That's my guess.
Oh, does a diary count?
Yeah, I think so. Chat?
Okay, because I did keep a diary when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I
I
would
mean,
say, yeah, I'd say,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. No pressure. No pressure to answer anyway. Oh, and will you tell me if there are questions because I can't see the chat.
Yes, I will. Currently, you don't have any questions, but if folks do
Okay.
have questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat. Um, yes, we are going to be just playing a few rounds of this and then playing some other Flatter Me. And then we're going to talk about Amy's Kickstarter that is currently online right now for Rabbit Rabbit. I will pop that into the chat with the links on there so
Thank
you
you.
all can see it. Yes, awesome. Okay. Ooh, all right, Amy.
All right.
I know blank creeps you out. I am going to say I know that spiders creep you out.
Yes, they do. I don't want them to, but they do. It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, with us living in Oregon, there are some spiders that you're like, oh, they're okay.
no, they're big and scary.
Yeah. Well, like the ones that are like you see around plants and things, and what are they called? Weaver spiders?
I don't know.
I don't know. But yes, the big, hairy, scary, like arachnophobia spiders. No, thank you.
No,
No,
thank you.
thank you. Hello, Will Cook. Yes, hello. Your name is Zate. I did learn that yesterday when you were on Monique's stream. Good to see you again on here. We are playing You Think You Know Me with Amy, founder of Pink Tiger Games, who actually designed this beautiful game. If you have any questions for her or in the chat, let us know. Oh, Amy, J Fool's Guard says Pink Tiger Games is a great name, by the
Thank
way.
you.
How
Thank
did
you.
you get that name?
Um, it was, one of those processes of, writing a bunch of things that I liked that like that kind of sparked my interest, and then sort of narrowing it down and seeing what was available. So we all know naming things and then checking out the internet to make sure that no one else has your name is really important. So yeah, once I landed on Pink Tiger Games and got excited about it and knew that it was available, I was like, okay, this is good. And then Marlo Daub is an amazing artist that does video game stuff. She does video game art, and she's immensely talented, and she did the logo. And I love my logo so much. I think she did such a good job.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
I totally love it too. It's fitting, and I think it also kind of defines your personality too.
thanks. Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too.
So,
um,
okay, it is your turn, Amy.
all right,
Ask
I,
away.
I feel like this is a bit of a gimme, so I'm sorry. I know you do or don't read the comments. I think you do. I mean, not
Yes,
just right now, but like in general. I think you do.
I
Yeah,
do. I do. I'm learning to not like, especially for like YouTube, I'm learning to not. But in Twitch, when it's very interactive, when you have to be interactive with the chat,
of
yes,
course.
I do read the comments.
Yeah.
So, yes, you are correct. You are correct.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, Amy, I know you do or don't rush through life. I'm going to say you don't rush through life.
I feel like I don't now. I feel like pre-pandemic, I really kind of was, and I think because of staying home for the last year, it's been a very focused sort of situation. It's changed the way I work, even though I probably work more now than ever. I do so more in a deliberate and thoughtful way, even more so. Yeah. So yes, I would say yes, because and that's the thing, right? We change all the time. So that
Mm-hmm.
question is like you couldn't get it wrong, really. I have and I
Yeah.
have.
But in this moment,
In
you
this moment,
don't. And I think,
yeah.
being amidst of being in a pandemic and kind of lockdown, right? Like
Yep.
sometimes you kind of have to slow down. I know for me especially 2020 was just like pushing a big old pause button on life.
Right.
Um
Because you
and
were
it
headed to
was
like a conference last March, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
crazy. So yeah, the last convention I went to was last year at Gamma in
Mhm.
March.
Yeah.
Me and T, aka the One Tar,
Yeah.
drove down to Reno, and yeah, and I mean it was baby pandemic in that time, like for us here in the States.
Right.
So it wasn't super like lockdown, shut the doors, everybody stay at home yet. But Gamma, if have you ever been to Gamma, Amy?
Mm-mm. No.
It's one of those conventions where it's more for like not necessarily like consumers in a way, but more for like retailers and like industry folk.
Hmm.
They do have like publishers and designers and things publishing their games, but it's more industry focused, and like usually they have thousands and thousands of people attend because it's like the beginning of the year, it's the first
Right.
quarter, everybody's, bringing out their products and like here's what we're going to be launching, da 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 da. They were at something of like 20 or 25 like percent people
Wow.
um just didn't come. Like it
Wow.
was just insane. And so my first experience for Gamma was like, oh, this isn't too bad. There's a few thousand people.
Still.
It's all right. It's fine. But then I was like, no, actually, this is not normal. And
Right.
so, yeah, so that was just crazy. And then to think about it, and then doing everything online, like doing Gen Con online, and having Essenspiel, which is a large one in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Another big one for like folks in the industry and things. Doing that online was super crazy. So yeah, it was a definitely a pause button on life, but then also like an adaptation to doing things virtually.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been kind of crazy. Oh, for Chits and Giggles is here. He says, "Hello, I'm late to the raid, but I was brought along." Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We're just playing You Think You Know Me with Amy from Pink Tiger Games. Yeah, several folks here in the chat, Amy, are from across the pond.
Yeah.
So it's like really early in the morning for them.
All right. Good morning.
Yeah, so good morning, exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's my
So, oh,
turn.
and for Chits and Giggles also says Amy, hello Amy from Pink Tiger Games. I do like your name and your logo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Amy is awesome. Okay.
My
It
turn.
is your turn, Amy.
Okay. I know, Jess, you'd prefer being a giraffe or a dolphin. I don't know. I'm going to guess a giraffe.
Oh, no, I'm
No,
sorry.
you're a dolphin?
I would prefer a dolphin. And fun fact, when I was a kid, I loved dolphins. Like my whole room was
Ah,
decorated in dolphin
no
stuff.
way. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So like to the point of I would get those like calendars of like sea life,
Mhm.
and then at the end of each year I would cut them out and actually paste them on my walls to like
Amazing.
make my own wallpaper. So I have
Aw.
dolphins everywhere. And I wanted to be a marine biologist when I grew up because I wanted to go whale watching and, have my little boat right along the pods of dolphins. You
Yeah.
always see that, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So yeah, I mean, no fault to giraffes. Giraffes are awesome. I've gotten to feed a few at a zoo down in California, and they're very interesting creatures. They're very intimidating when you approach them in real life because they're tall and they've got really long tongues. And I don't know, it was just a really intimidating experience, kind of surreal in a way. Like I'm up against this wildlife and it's not trying to kill me. Like
I got you. I got you. Dolphins. I'll remember next time. Dolphins.
so yeah, but yeah, I'm more of the ocean type girl.
Got it.
Let's see.
We do one more and then move on to flatter me.
One more and then we will move on to flatter me. Oh yeah, I didn't draw a new card. Let me draw a new card. Okay. I know, Amy, you prefer either being too hot or too cold.
I was just having the conversation.
I am going to say you prefer being too hot because I don't think you can be too cold.
I prefer to be too hot. I hate being cold. I hate it, hate it, hate it. I don't know why I don't live somewhere tropical. It's going to happen someday.
Being in Oregon is not going to help though.
No, so far it is not, especially during a pandemic when I can't escape to somewhere.
Oh man.
True.
Okay, for Chits and Giggles has a good point. It says being too cold is easier to warm yourself than cooling yourself down.
Look, I know. I've heard all these arguments. I can't tell you. I am who I am. I just want to be warm, really warm. I don't sweat until I puddle.
Yes, and friends, if you follow Amy and Pink Tiger on Instagram, you will see a lovely picture in her in a dress, a beautiful pink dress during our ice storm. So she's like standing in the
Yeah,
snow in a beautiful pink dress.
Yeah, I like to
And
take
it was
I
just
like to take
amazing. I was like,
pictures.
yeah,
I like to take
Amy's got
pictures.
it. Amy's got it.
I like to take pictures in silly clothing. Yeah. So you might see a couple in dresses and one in the snow in a bathing suit because, I dress for the weather I want, okay?
Hmm.
It's very silly.
All right, you got one more for me?
Oh, okay. Ugh. Sorry, I already put it away. Um, I know it's easy or hard for you to express how you feel. I think it's easy. That's my guess.
I'm sorry, but it's actually hard.
Aw. Well, then
It is hard.
I appreciate our conversations even more now.
Yeah, and it wasn't, I think it took a lot for me, like being in radio and a lot of like exposure to being with friends and family that are super supportive of me, like expressing myself, that I've gotten to be more comfortable in doing it. But yeah, um I have a really good time of like everything's great, everything's fine, but like on the internal side, I'm like really processing and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out.
Right.
Which I think a lot of us have that, you know.
For for
But
sure.
yeah, it's been a growing experience for me. So yes, and I value our friendship because of that too. You know, like there's people that I can share a lot with, that I don't do so easily. And my partner had to do that for me to be like, it's okay to express how you feel, and to have him also express how he felt, you know, in reciprocation. So that's been really really cool to kind of learn from
Yeah.
him. So, well, that was You Think You Know Me, friends. We are going to move on to Flatter Me. This is our complimentary battle card game. And what I like about this game, Amy, is you not only put in the rules, how to play, but you also put a little bonus note that I'm going to read for everyone. It says, Flatter Me cards make great gifts of friendship and affection. Give them away to people who mean something to you. And I was on a stream yesterday with Monique, the Game Freak Geek girl, and she said she received a Palentine's package
From
from
Danny.
somebody in the mail,
Uh-huh.
and she got one of the nice little flatter, she got a couple Flatter Me cards in there, which I thought was super sweet.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool. A woman who works for Pandasaurus, Danny Lowe, reached
Yeah.
out to me and she sent out Palantine cards and she included Flatter Me cards. And I think she sent out almost the entire deck. So hats off. That was amazing. And so people have been tagging me and tagging Flatter Me, and it's the sweetest thing to see these cards being received. It's been so cool. T did a really cool thing last September when the deck came out, and they bought Flatter Me from Guardian Games in Portland, Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
and T did these lovely videos on Twitter of them giving a compliment to a friend, like these little videos, and they would say the compliment and show the card, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was so sweet. It was great. I was very
Aw, that is so great. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
T's
designed them to be
awesome.
a game as well as something you can give away.
Yeah, for Chits and Giggles says that is lovely, and then Beyond Dead comment said Danny was just on the board with a on a video games podcast that I listened to this morning.
Oh, cool.
So which podcast was it, Beyond Dead? I'm curious. Danny seems like a delightful individual too. So yeah,
Yeah,
that is really awesome.
we just met through this, and it was so yeah. It like I said, meeting so many supportive people is so rad.
Yeah.
Everything.
So let's explain
Oh,
this game, Amy. It's a little bit different, but I'm sure folks who are familiar with the game War, or it might be called something different overseas, explain how this game works.
All right. Flatter Me is 250 cards. And if you want to play by the rules, which of course I always encourage people to play however they like, but it's a 2-player game. I've also heard people play with groups. So to each their own. I love it. Love it all. Play it your way. So if you and I were face to face with each other and we had one deck, we would split the deck in half evenly. And then you take your cards and then we both at the same time simultaneously throw down a compliment card. And then I read my compliment to you and you read your card to me. And if mine matches you better, then you get both cards. And
Okay.
if yours matches is a compliment you want to give to me, then I get both cards. But if they both match us, if they both suit us perfectly well, then we have to go to war. So that means just like traditional card game of war, you go 3 cards down, 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th card you turn over, and you just keep on going till the tie is broken. And the idea is whoever has the most compliments at the end is the winner. But I venture to say that, winning doesn't really matter. You just have a good time.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, okay, Beyond Dead said it was the Board with Video Games podcast, episode 175, the lowdown, the Leo down. Is it Leo down or low down? Anyway, episode 175 of the Board with Video Games podcast.
Cool.
All right, so we're just going to do a couple here. I just randomly grabbed a small little stack because we're not going to play the whole deck.
Right, that's what I did too. So I figure it's hard to war but I have done it. I did it with Chris, a charity board gamer, and I've never met him in person, and so that was really funny. So are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
See what we got?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Flip over your compliment. Let's see. This fits you. It says you are the sweetest.
Aww. And I think this one fits you too. It says you are an endless wave of creativity.
Whoa. All right, we got a war.
All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, flip.
Oh, mine is you are protective of the people you love.
Okay, and this one says you are a kindred spirit.
Do you feel like you're protected of the people you love?
I do.
Okay. I feel like I'm a kindred spirit. So we got a war again. Ready?
Okay, gotta go war again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, flip.
Oh, you are brilliant. I gotta give it to you.
And this one says you are a fireball who gets things done, which I'm gonna say yes.
I kind of am. Okay, this is going long. Let's go. 1,
2, 3, flip.
Oh, this is more of a poetic one. This one is you're an exclamation point.
Oh. This one says you are passionate.
I mean, yeah. Do you feel like you're?
I think I'm going to give this one to you because I don't know if I'm more of an exclamation point.
All right.
Cool.
My doggy's starting to growl. Don't growl, Sophie. The growling comes right, before the barking incessantly.
Oh.
Well, that was a good war.
Flipping over a new card. Ready, go.
Oh, I have you are fierce.
Oh, I have you are a peach who is always on time.
I am not on time. I'm working on it.
I don't think I'm fierce.
It's not that I go places, granted, but like before pandemic, I was working on getting places on time.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna discard both of those.
Okay. New one.
You are laugh out loud funny. Are you funny, babe?
I can tell a joke or two. Yeah.
All right. I'm happy to give you this one. What'd you get?
I got you are more interesting than any book ever written.
Well, no, this is fine. You get it. I feel that compliment has a special meaning for me, and I feel like that should be saved for like a special kind of person in your life.
Yes, I agree. Okay. So
okay, 1, 2,
me. So we're
sorry.
1 and 1, but I think you've got more cards than me because we did a whole bunch of war.
Again, more about the experience.
Yeah. All right. Okay. New one.
Oh, that's not. You're a top shelf friend. I'm going to give you that one.
Aww. And this one says, you are mindful and sweet.
I kind of am.
Yep. Yep. I
Right,
think
we
we
get
both
war.
did that one. So time to go to war?
We get a war. One.
1, 2, 3. Here we go.
Oh,
Yep. This one fits you, Amy. You are a rock of kindness.
Oh, thank you. I don't know this about you, so you have to tell me. You are always prepared for anything. You know I'm not. So.
I like to be prepared. I do.
All right, so we have to keep
I do
warm.
like to be prepared. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3. Flip.
Oh.
Ooh, this is kind of existential. You are a searcher.
I am.
Okay.
I very much relate to that one. You overflow with gratitude.
Oh.
Do you feel that suits you?
Yes.
All right, good.
I feel like it. And
all right.
Hello to Slivers. I see you. I see you, friend. Thanks for joining. We're doing some flatter me here. Oh, yes. You are champagne bubbles, Amy.
That's sweet. You are bold and confident.
It depends on the situation. I think I'm going to give this one to you.
All right, thank you. That's very sweet. I feel like we should.
Oh my goodness gracious. If any of you have questions in the chat for Amy, please feel free. I am talking to Amy of Pink Tiger Games and playing some of her lovely games here on the chat with you all during the stream. I'm going to pop in all the information you can get for her. There's the website for Pink Tiger. And now we are going to This was so lovely. We are going to do some focus time on your new Kickstarter, which I'm super curious about, Amy.
Okay, this is kind of a change in directions for me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is totally a change because it seems like you did, a lot of these cards, they came out of ideas out of your own creative space, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So in this game in particular with Rabbit Rabbit, you had to do a lot of research.
The most ever. Yeah, so Rabbit Rabbit is 350 cards. It is they're all based on myth, folklore, magic, spells, witchy stuff. They are and they're all based on the research that I did. I got really inspired to make a game about superstitions because I think superstitions are really fun, and I think that I think they say like 35% of Americans call themselves superstitious, but I find that even more people than that, when I talk to them about superstitions, like people don't realize the things that are superstitions. They're so ingrained in who we are and then passed down in our families or from our friends or just culturally. And so, I tried to dive in and I wrote over 1,500 cards. 1,500 because I really wanted to cover as many subjects as I could and then edit down to my favorites. So now it's 350 and they are trivia style cards. So the front of the card has the question and 4 answers, and then the back of the card has the cool eyeball design and has the answer with some context about each one. Yeah.
That's really cool. So I've got the Kickstarter page up. I'm also going to post the link so if folks want to scroll while they're lurking as well. But yeah, so it says this game plays 1 to 10 players. How would you be able to play this like solo?
Well, if you want to, you can just read the cards. So you can pick up a card, read it, and then try to guess, and you can read it almost like a little book. That was kind of my thought. So you can definitely quiz yourself if that's your jam.
Yeah.
And then you can play, there's again, oh, there she goes. Don't bark, Soph. I'll have to bring, I might have to pause and get her in her little house. Sophie, no, no. So, I lost my train of thought. Oh,
So,
there's
playing
there's
solo, you said you can read it kind of like a book.
yeah, and you can there's just multiple ways to play, and you can really make it your own with two people. Of course, you can just ask each other questions, if you're sitting together. And as I've been playtesting all online, I've just become a trivia host, which I enjoy very, very much. And send me a DM if you want to play, because I
Yeah,
love to be a trivia host. To who people who don't have to be together. You can be on Zoom. It's great.
that's awesome. And
Yeah.
hello, Eclectic Camel popped into the chat. Good to see you on here, friend. I'm talking with Amy, founder of Pink Tiger Games. We just played a couple of her titles earlier, and now we're talking about her latest Kickstarter for Rabbit Rabbit, a game of superstitions. So
Does,
I'm going to
any,
go back
does
up
anyone
here to the
does
top.
anyone in chat?
And Amy, why don't you throw me a couple cards and let's see what I know. I'm gonna hydrate real quick.
The first one I'm going to ask you is one I put up on my personal Instagram today, and people have been guessing the answer all day, and it took people a while to get it right, and I still haven't revealed it. All
Okay.
right. Okay. So, um, giving someone a blank will make them fall in love with you. An onion, an axe, an ultimatum, or an orange?
Huh.
Yes, this is my attempt at being funny. An
Oh,
ultimatum.
okay.
Yeah. Giving someone a blank will make them fall in love with you. An onion, an ultimatum, or an
Okay, Eclectic Camel says a sandwich. Why is a sandwich not on this list?
if, I mean, it's a solid answer. No one can
Jay
deny
Foolsguard is guessing orange. I was gonna say, and knowing it's a superstition, I was gonna say an onion.
it. That was a very popular answer on Instagram today.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards an onion. I know an axe sounds very murdery. And I'm not sure if we want to be murdery. Um
Falling in love, murder.
an ultimatum is also kind of a way to like keep people in the relationship, but could
Not
be
very
could be
superstitious.
not so great of a relationship if that's the way it is. Jay Foolsguard says, I mean, an onion would work on them.
Oh,
Because
good
I'm
to know.
thinking about like from the movie Shrek, you're peeling away the layers,
Oh, that's cute.
So I'm gonna say, are you gonna like wait in suspense because you don't want to spoil it on Instagram?
Oh no, it's okay. We're good. We're
Okay.
good. I'm
So
gonna tell
I'm
you.
gonna go with an onion then.
All right. The answer is an orange.
Oh.
And the explanation, there's a spell to go along with it. A more intense option, so you can just give someone an orange, and it's supposed to make them fall in love with you. That's the baseline superstition. But if you want to go deeper, you need to prick the orange all over, sleep with it under your armpit all night, and offer it to the person you're in love with. If they eat it, they'll feel the same about you.
Wow.
It's a very educational game, Rabbit Rabbit.
Oh my goodness. So Jay Foolsguard got it correct.
Mm-hmm.
Eclectic Camel says, "Orange, you glad you didn't say banana?"
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. So you have to sleep with it under your armpit. So it's gonna like smell like your sweaty armpit?
I mean, I didn't make it up. I just don't kill the messenger.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Oh wow. Wow. That's interesting. Oh man, I'm gonna learn so much in this game. Okay, give me another one, Amy. Give me another one.
Okay. So on Monday is the 1st of March, right? So this is
Yes.
this is timely. Okay. For a month of good luck, repeat the word blank upon waking on the first day of every month. And the options are tiger, peach, rabbit, or money?
Hmm.
What's the name of the game? Anybody in chat? Yeah, I can't see the chat.
Everybody in the comments is saying rabbit. So I'm gonna go with rabbit.
Yep, and that is why I named the game Rabbit Rabbit.
Oh, nice. So what is what's
The little
the thought, the explanation behind that one?
well, I on the back of the card I wrote, you if you forget to say rabbit rabbit, you can say tabar as your last words before going to bed that night. But generally, rabbits are good luck. If we have any of our UK friends still in chat, they might be able to tell us a little bit more, because I'm pretty sure that's the origin is in the UK. So, and
Oh, okay.
some people say rabbits, rabbits, rabbits. Some people say white rabbits, and some people say rabbit, rabbit. But yeah, I went with I always say rabbit, rabbit. So that's why I named the game Rabbit, Rabbit, a game of superstitions.
Huh.
Little inside baseball.
Sandproof says that they knew this because it was in a Jawbreaker song.
Oh yeah, that's right. It sure is. I'm funny enough. I made a Spotify playlist inspired by this game because I'm so obsessed with superstitions now, and that Jawbreaker song is on the Spotify superstitions playlist, and it's called Rabbit Rabbit, so you can look it up on Spotify if you want to see the playlist I made.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Do you have Stevie Wonder on there too?
of course.
I love it. Oh my gosh. So I'm scrolling through. So currently, Amy, you are just 20% away from meeting your goal, if I'm not mistaken, if my math serves me right.
Yep, I think so. I'm excited to be funded. Please.
So this is going on through
March 12th.
March 12th. Okay.
So 2 weeks, 2 days more.
Wow, this is so rad. Okay, I need one more here, and then we'll get some questions in the chat if folks have questions for Amy in the chat.
All right. Here's a little Halloween one. In the British Isles, you shouldn't eat blank after Halloween. Blackberries, pumpkins, caramel apples, or gummy bears.
Huh. After Halloween,
You shouldn't eat these.
we have a guess for blackberries.
Mm-hmm.
Um, ooh, caramel apples. Caramel apples. They just sound good. Blackberries, caramel apples, gummy bears, and what was the fourth one?
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
Blackberries, pumpkins, caramel apples, or gummy bears. What can you shouldn't eat them after Halloween.
Oh gosh. I think I'm gonna go with Sandproof too, and I'm also gonna say blackberries because even though caramel apples are awesome and delicious, I think you can eat them all year round. So I don't think that would be a superstition. My other leaning was towards pumpkins because, the whole theory of the jack-o'-lantern of you actually using them for lighting and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the harvest, harvest time.
Right.
But I'm gonna lean towards blackberries.
Yeah, and that's the thing with making a trivia game, right? I wanted to make sure I had plenty of tricky answers for people to sift through. And you were correct. It's blackberries. So a shape-shifting spirit named Puka crawls all over all the blackberries on Halloween night, covering them with an invisible slime. So you shouldn't eat them.
Oh, crazy. And where was that superstition from?
British Isles.
Okay.
So that is just a little taste of what's in Rabbit Rabbit. The themes are like they're all over the place. They're holidays and true love and just good luck, bad luck, wealth, sports, like you name it. Like it's in there. I try to make sure there's a very fun variety.
Yeah, that is so rad. So if anyone wants to check out the Kickstarter, I posted a link in the chat, but I will do that again. Sam Proof says, no, that's just called decomposition. The slime on the blackberries. Yeah, and if anybody interested to back, you still have time until March 12th.
Yes.
But I mean, do it now if you want to just support poor Amy and what she's doing. She has lovely stuff. Book of Nerds is gonna do lurk while they're making dinner. Enjoy your dinner, friend. What are you making? That's you can't leave without telling us what you're making for dinner. So that way we can sit and stew in our own minds about what we should have for dinner. So, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And did you get the same artist to do the artwork on the Rabbit Rabbit deck?
Oh, you think you know me? It was done by me, and then my husband laid it out for me. That was my like crayon drawings that we brought to life. And then Flatter Me, the artist's name is Ashley Goldberg. She goes by Ashley G, and she's super talented. She does everything from print design to jewelry and planners. She's immensely talented. And then Rabbit Rabbit artwork is by a woman in Portland that's from Austin, Texas, and her name is Kirsten Holiday, and she's a tattoo artist, and she did this beautiful piece, if I do say so myself, and this little peach right here. I just love her, and when I approached her to do the art for Rabbit Rabbit, she was all in. She loves games, and I was like, yay.
That's so rad.
Yeah.
Oh, Book of Nerds is making salmon and green beans for dinner. That sounds lovely. Well, enjoy it, friend. So yes, there we go. Rabbit, rabbit. And if any folks have questions for Amy, we're just going to be sitting and chatting here for a little bit. I'll go ahead and pop us back up to this view here. But yeah, we've still got some time, and we will be playing Crisscross too before I sign off. This is a fun game that I've been playing, Amy, with the chat on Wednesdays. We have a little tournament where we do 2 games of Crisscross. It's just a symbol matching game on a small little 5x5 grid. We've been playing it every week, and at the end of the month, which would be today, I believe, because I think this is the last Wednesday in February. Whoever has the top score is going to get a little gift package from CCG with some nice fun swag in it. So for all y'all that want to participate in Crisscross, we will be doing that towards the end of the stream. So probably in another like 10-15 minutes or so, we will get to crisscrossing. So don't you worry, friends. It will be happening today. So
Do you want to be
yeah. Let's see. What questions do I have? What was the biggest challenge, Amy, for making a game that was about superstitions? Like, what drew you to have that idea versus like, oh, this is more about like You Think You Know Me and Flatter Me are more of like the friendly interactive kind of like knowing each other, but then also with You Think You Know Me, you can learn about each other at the same time.
right?
What made you kind of switch over to this new idea of like superstitions and like learning about different cultures and beliefs and things like that?
Yeah, well, I've always been into all things magical. I love seeing life through that sort of magical lens and wishing on stars. And I always make a wish when the clock says 11:11. And like, I have all these little superstitions. And It was holiday time, 2019, and I came upon an article about superstitions from around the world for New Year's, and I started reading the superstitions out loud to my friends that I was with, and everyone was super stoked to hear them. And I was like, oh, wow, like there's so many superstitions that I don't know, and everyone was interested. And I was like, and immediately I was like, okay, well, I'm going to dive deeper into this. And so after we got home from that trip, I just started researching and I was like, this is endless and so fun. And there's so many things. So the biggest challenge is just making sure I understand to the best of my ability what I'm reading and how language maybe has changed and how the stories have changed. So I even have a disclaimer on my Kickstarter, sort of a disclaimer that, like, if you come across a Rabbit Rabbit card that isn't the story that you learned, or that you have an experience with growing up, to like make it, make the card your own. So I think that Rabbit Rabbit is a good sister game to the games I've already created, because you do end up kind of talking about your experience with superstitions, or with, there's so many topics covered, that yeah, I'm finding that when I play tested before I launched the Kickstarter, that people started telling the stories, and started telling the stories about where they heard the superstitions. I remember, like, my mom would talk about that with my grandmother, and then I overheard it, and and we did it like this. And it's just really cool, and it just got me excited, because it is still about communication and connection and history and what makes us unique.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's really neat. And I liked how you were saying it's kind of a complement, like sister game to play with your other games, which is, I think some designers think about that in terms of like mechanics, like they transfer different mechanics into their different designs.
Mhm.
But this is kind of a new concept in that, well, at least I think it's a new concept in that, like, you can grab games, but not necessarily for their mechanics per se, but how they kind of complement each other,
Mhm.
you know? So that's really, really cool. That's really cool.
And I've always
Um,
loved trivia. So, I mean, I've always been down for trivia. I always just, I think it's fun to learn new things.
yeah.
So, I hope that, people like it. It's so fun. Do you want to do any more cards, or is there any more questions in the chat?
I don't have any questions yet. Let's do some more cards.
Okay. All right. How about make your New Year's Eve wishes come true in Russia by writing them down, burning them, and putting the ashes in your blank. Putting them in your fireplace, your champagne, your left shoe, or your friend's left shoe.
Okay. When you were reading that question, I was thinking shoes.
That's funny.
I was thinking shoes, but then you said champagne,
Mm.
and I was like for New Year's, but then in Russia do they drink champagne at New Year's? I don't know. Um
Anybody in chat guessing?
Everyone is still thinking.
Mm.
We've got some thinkers. I mean, left shoe seems very particular, but is it going to be my left shoe or would it be my friend's left shoe? And which friend would I pick? Like, do I want to guarantee, like, okay, I definitely want this to be a thing. So I'm gonna choose you to pour the ashes in to your left shoe. Um, okay, and your fireplace just seems kind of common to put ashes into a fireplace, so I don't think it's fireplace. I don't think it's I don't think it's champagne, although I'm not positive that it would be because I don't know if, like I said, if people in Russia drink champagne on New Year's. I'm gonna go with the left shoe, but
Mhm.
I'm going to say in my own left shoe instead of my friend's left shoe, so I can guarantee that I get my New Year's resolution or my New Year's wishes fulfilled or achieved. I don't know what the
Yeah,
right
come
word
true.
is.
Come true. Yeah, yeah. All right.
Okay, so I'm going with my left shoe.
All right. The answer, and I successfully tricked you again, is champagne.
Really?
Yeah. And this is really funny too. You must drink the champagne and ashes mix before midnight for your wish to be granted.
Wow.
Drink up.
Wow, that's wow. I'm learning so much today. And I apologize for anybody that's watching this from Russia. Like I had no idea. Y'all celebrate how you will. I just had no idea if y'all drink champagne for New Year's or not. That is so neat.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool. Wow. Yeah. Do you ever do like New Year's resolutions or have like goals that you set at the beginning of each year?
I like to write a list of like, wishes or things that I hope to aspire to or to do or to have or, but I don't like go, these are my three things for these next 12 months. But I do write like a list. Again, it's very magical and very wistful, kind of list that it's just like these are things to aspire to. How about you?
I used to do things and then I had kind of that like I'm really determined and going to do this going through January and then February 1st hits and I'm like I'm out. I just can't. I think there was just a lot of anxiety and things that came around having this resolution because I was like, I'm setting a goal and I'm going to try to achieve this. And then as progress happens, things take slower to actually happen, more time, more resources, more energy to do it. And then I would just get kind of exhausted and go, up, nope, I'm giving up. So I try to do things in like increments of like throughout the year, like
Mhm.
trying to set those goals
Yeah.
throughout the year, like having a goal for my week,
Yes.
or having a goal for the month.
Yeah.
And then kind of doing that cuz when I found myself if I did year long resolutions, they seemed so unattainable
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me at least.
Yeah. I can relate to that. Yeah. I love a month list too. I do a little month. I do a list at the beginning of the month as well, just because there are too many things to do. So, and I like to write things down. I feel like it gives it a little bit more realness. It's the
Yeah.
first
And I
step.
found myself too doing like written down kind of like daily like planner schedule things too of like here's what I want to accomplish like today. And like my partner and I would talk about like, hey, what's on your agenda today? Like what do you hope to accomplish? Because then I feel like as you're achieving a lot of those smaller goals, then you can feel like it's a part of you of like, oh, I did something and it's more motivating. So then maybe you grow that goal to be a longer period of time or
Totally.
you grow it to
Totally.
be a little bit bigger.
Yes. I believe
So,
in complimenting yourself, congratulating yourself, patting yourself on the back, everything that makes, the task lighter and giving it, its due because some things are just difficult to do, even if they're small, even if they just seem like they shouldn't be difficult
yeah.
to somebody else. Like sometimes small things are huge and can feel huge. So along the way, lots of
Yeah.
congratulatory checks, check it off the list.
Yeah,
Love
totally.
it, love it.
Totally, totally. For those of you that are just joining us, I'm Jess. This is Chicks King Game Happy Hour Hangout. I'm here with Amy, founder of Pink Tiger Games. We have just been talking about all of her lovely designs and latest Kickstarter for Rabbit Rabbit, which is live now and going through till March 12th. So if you're interested, there is a link in the chat, but we still have a few more minutes if you want to ask Amy any questions about game design or want to run through a couple more cards on Rabbit Rabbit, we are totally here to just chit chat and be with you all today. We did play some games earlier, so if you all are looking for the tabletop gaming that I normally do on Wednesdays, we did do some of that today. But I just wanted to highlight my friend Amy and let you all know about her wonderful designs and things like that. So, Amy, once you, for those that aren't familiar with like the whole Kickstarter process, once you have
Hmm.
your goal and once you reach your goal, what happens next? Is there like a certain timeline where, is there like a requirement, I should say, for like Kickstarter to like get things out to people, or is it all based upon the actual like creator themselves to make those timelines?
You definitely create those timelines within your project. So it's something that they prompt you to make sure you tell the people who've pledged and backed your project. So I hope to fulfill Rabbit Rabbit by September or before. And that's giving a couple of extra months or so padding because of the shipping situation, because of COVID, because of everything that's going on in the world. I wanted to make sure that there was some padding. So yeah, as soon as that clock ticks on Friday night on the 12th, that the campaign is over. Hopefully, I'll fund. Knock on wood, right? Crossing my fingers that I fund, and then it usually takes Kickstarter a couple of weeks to get those funds into your account. And of course, they take out their fees as well as a little bit more. And then, of course, credit card fees, that the kind of stuff, everything is taken out. And then that final balance is put into my bank account. And then that is when I pay my printer in China and we start like completely solidifying the last of the design elements, and then I get prototypes finally from China, which are beautiful and so fun to see, and really make it even more real. And this time, like I've done with my two previous Kickstarters, I have an option to write a card with me. So a few people have taken me up on that, which is really cool. If you write a card with me, you also get 3 games as well, and I'll sign them if you want me to sign them. So that's been such a fun thing. I loved doing that with You Think You Know Me and with Flatter Me. So I'm really happy to see that people have taken me up on it again to write superstition cards with me. So I'll be writing with them those last couple of weeks too after it funds. Knock on wood. I never like to be presumptuous. Like it's not done till it's done. It's tracking well, but it's not over till it's over, right? Yeah, so I'm excited to write cards and wrap up the design process. Right now it's at like what 95%, but yeah, that last editing and that last writing with backers, it'll be really fun. Like last year when I did Flatter Me, I worked with a palliative care doctor, and I wasn't familiar with that term before meeting this doctor. Palliative care is an end of life doctor, and so he wanted to write a card with me, so he backed Flatter Me for that, and we ended up having such a great conversation, and I ended up using, I think, 3 of the card ideas that we discussed for Flatter Me. Like he was just so dear and so amazing. And I can't even tell you, hit our meeting, he was in his office at home, and his entire wall behind him was filled with games. It was a sight to behold. It looked like a store. I was like, what is happening behind you? And he was like, yeah, I love games. It was incredible. So he's become a friend too. We're Twitter friends, and yeah, so it's just a really special connection to write with people. I love, love that people have done it with me in the past and continue to do
That,
it.
whoa, that is so cool. And like, how crazy it is that you just make those connections. Like you had, like, oh, I'm just gonna connect with this person, and then lo and behold, they're an inner gamer. And you're like, wow, what is happening right now? Like,
Love it.
this is so awesome. Ah, I love it. Oh man. Well, Amy, this has been lovely. I don't have any questions from the chat. So
Right.
if anybody is interested in seeing what Amy is doing, I'm going to pop in Pink Tiger Games as well.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, this has been lovely. And I'm also going to put in the Kickstarter as well. If folks want to check out for Rabbit Rabbit, like I said, it is live right now. People can still purchase copies of You Think You Know Me and Flatter Me
Yes.
um,
You think you
online
know
through
me?
Pink Tiger.
Yeah.
And I know that here in Oregon, we've got it at the friendly local game stores. both.
And it's all, of course, it's on Amazon too. It's a necessary beast for an indie creator like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You can find them, and they're on uncommongoods.com as well.
Okay.
And yeah, and at byolympia.com and herbivoreclothing.com. All this, yeah. There's many places to find them.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I saw too on the website for Pink Tiger you can have there's like direct links of like here's how to purchase it like
yeah,
boom right
yes.
there. And
Yeah.
then also your social media handles and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Rabbit Rabbit comes about and comes to fruition. I
Thank
really
you.
hope all of you that are in the chat are going to be checking out Amy's stuff. She's just a lovely person representing a lovely demographic in the industry that doesn't get as highlighted as much. A fellow lady like myself. So shout out to you for doing all of your hard work. Let me see. I'm gonna grab a random card from Flatter Me and see what it says.
Okay.
Your courage shines,
Oh,
Amy.
that's so funny. That's the one I posted today on Instagram. That's so cute. All right.
And I just
Oh,
randomly picked that one out.
look at this one I got for you.
Ah, Spicy Tiger. Yes.
Spicy tiger.
Ah, I love it.
That's
Oh, this
so
has
good.
been
Oh,
this
and
has been
if you go
wonderful.
on if you go to Pink Tiger Games, you can also sign up for my mailing list. It's the only place I generally announce any kind of little sales that I have or anything like that. And I only send like 3 emails a year, so you're not going to get spammied if you're into that. If you're into emails.
Yeah. Awesome. Well,
Thank
thanks so
you.
much, Amy, for being on my stream, and
Thank
thanks
you.
for going through all of the audio issues and bearing with me. And thanks for all the folks that were helping out with that. I think we figured it out. But this was lovely as usual, and I'm sure I'll be catching you up, following up with anything. If you have any stretch goals for Rabbit Rabbit, I'm sure we'll be talking about that in the future.
I don't do stretch goals. Isn't that funny?
Oh, really?
I break all the rules.
Why is that? May I ask?
I'd like to keep things simple.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Like you can buy 1 game, 2 games, 3 games, or write a card with me in 3 games, and yeah, that's it. Like I just like it to be straight ahead, and and every dollar I'm asking for is budgeted. Like it's I'm asking for 16 because that will pay for everything from A to Z. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I really believe in that too. Like I know, I always say never, right? But I can't imagine running a Kickstarter for something that like is really low, but I might if like I just want to do like a little pre-order. So that might be something I do. Rabbit Rabbit might be my last like big ask on Kickstarter.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping. I really would like it to be my last like $16,000 ask. I would like my next one to be just like pre-order. I need $3,000 to pad it, and that would just be a dream. So let's hear it for the dream.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then for like in the future too, I'm sure you've got other designs like in the works and things, right?
Well, yes and no. I don't want to say too much because,
Yeah.
like I said in the beginning, I'm very, because I get so hyper focused, and that's kind of good for me. Like I'll get very obsessed and hyper focused on one thing at a time because I want to give it my all. I've made many a note for some ideas, but yeah, nothing that I'm like, this is definitely next. But I have like 3 that I'm like doing a little juggle. We're dancing, trying to decide what if that will be next. But I definitely want to do You Think You Know Me expansion too. And that's all written. That's all done. It's just a matter of like figuring out how many cards I want in it and stuff like that. So I'd love to know your opinion off camera sometime. Your opinion
Yes.
on
Yes, I would love to hear it. To
that. I
keep
could
to
talk
keep
to you all
everyone in suspense.
night. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're
Yeah, this was
awesome.
so awesome. Thank you, Amy.
You're
And
awesome.
I will chat with you soon, my friend.
Okay. Stay well.
Yep. Bye
Bye.
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 Alrighty, friends, are you ready for some crisscross? I don't know. I'm just making up some stuff. We are currently in our crisscross tournament, friends. For those of you that want to participate and have not played this game, I will do a brief little introduction for y'all. If you want to play, you totally are welcome to enter into our tournament. This is the final week of February, final Wednesday in February, if you will. So this is going to be for the whole enchilada for your gaming. Everybody get your 5x5 grids out. Get your 5x5 grids out. You're going to be drawing a nice little 5x5 square grid here. We've got a shaded area down here. Then you're going to draw an extra column and an extra row. So if you got some paper, you got a whiteboard handy, you got one of those junk mails that, you don't know what to do with, grab yourself a piece of junk mail, scribble on the back. We're going to play some crisscross. How this is going to work, friends, is we are going to be rolling these 2 dice, and there are 6 different symbols on the dice. We've got the X, we've got an O, we've got the 3 lines, we've got a pound sign, we've got a slash, and we've got a triangle. Both dice have the same thing going on here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to roll the 2 dice, and you're going to mark those 2 symbols somewhere on your grid of orthogonally adjacent to one another. Each of us is going to start with our own unique symbol at the upper left-hand corner, hence the little darkened corner here. So we're each going to start with a different symbol. So for the chat, you are going to start with an X, and for me, I'm going to start with the pound sign. So I'm going to put my nice little handy dandy pound sign up here on the top. And then I'm going to roll both dice. And what's going to happen is we're going to draw both of these symbols that get rolled into the orthogonally adjacent space. So we've got a pound sign and a slash. This will be, I'll just use this as our first roll just for funsies. So pound sign and a slash. Now, they must be orthogonally adjacent to one another, but they don't necessarily have to be orthogonally adjacent to one of the current symbols that you have drawn. However, the only way you're getting points is if you have matching symbols that are right next to each other. So on the screen, you will see the scoring points. How you can score these symbols is if you get 2 of them together in a row or a column, you will get 2 points. If you get 3 of them together, you will get 3 points. 4 together give you 8 points, and 5 together will give you 10. If you do not have any matching symbols next to each other together, you will get -5 points. That's a kind of bonus advanced variant, if you will, how I'm playing this game for everybody. Normally you would only get 0, but in this I think we all can be a little advanced when we're playing this, and you will get -5 points. We will keep rolling the dice so that we fill in this 5x5 grid, and then down here in the bottom will be the total for our columns, and this extra column here on the side will be the total score points for our rows. So we will count the number of symbols in each row, how many points that would score us, and we would mark them corresponding into that row here. Now, the last thing is this darkened area here in the diagonal, where you will see there are shaded squares from the lower left to the upper right. And what's going to happen is for those symbols that are here that are diagonally touching one another, so if you get matching symbols on just this diagonal itself, you will get double the amount of points. So if I had 2 matching symbols here on this diagonal, it would give me 2 points. So I would write 2 up here as well as 2 down here on the bottom. So we will score this diagonal 2 times for the game. All right. We will keep rolling the dice until all of the symbols are matching. So are matching. All the squares are filled in, and then we will count up our points. We will play 2 games of this. Take the highest scores. Currently, I will give you. Well, you see our little podium there. We've got Gussernaut in 3rd place. His current score, top score, is 43. We've got Sarah State of Mind, in 2nd place, and her score is 52. And Yak Manda is currently in the lead this month with 53 points. So I'm going to put that up here so you all can kind of see our current scores, top scores right now for us to play. So if folks are ready in the chat, you all had your starter symbol, and then this is our first roll here, a pound sign and a slash. If you have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat. I am going to play 2 games, so we're going to take our best out of these 2 games and whatever the top score is. Sarah is already ready for this. If anyone wants to just observe on this first game and participate in the second, maybe you didn't have enough time to grab your piece of paper and you want to just wait and see, then we shall go. You are welcome to just hang out and lurk and play on the second game because we're just taking highest score from both games today. Alrighty, friends. That is our first. So we've got our first roll here, the pound sign in the slash. And here we go. Oh, we got our speed bump. Okay, we've got an X and a pound sign. Ooh, all right. I feel like I'm going to do this. Do my pound sign here and do an X. The reason I'm doing that, friends, is I have my starter symbol as the pound sign, so I already know I'm going to get 2 points from this column. And now I'm guaranteed to get at least 2 points in this row because I have 2 matching symbols in this row. So I know I'm not going to get any negative points just yet. All right. Ooh, pound sign and 3 lines. Pound sign and 3 lines. I have to be mindful of where I place things too, because you could get yourself stuck. If any of you have played King Domino, sometimes you got to make sure you keep them in the same orientation so you have it ready to play. So let's see. I'm just going to keep it going, keep the pound signs together, friends, and I'm going to do the 3 lines like this. Yeah, 3 lines like that. Hello to everybody that was joining me in the stream. I'm Jess. This is Happy Hour Hangout. We are currently playing Crisscross. We just had a lovely chat and time with Amy from Pink Tiger Games. She's currently launching. She currently has launched a Kickstarter for Rabbit Rabbit, a card game about superstitions. You can check out on Kickstarter. But right now we're doing a little crisscross tournament. Thank you all for joining. Thanks to everybody that's been raiding and hanging out and following along in the chat, or even lurking while you're working or lurking while you're eating. It's been all good here, friends. So thanks for doing that with me today. Ooh, a little bit different. We've got a circle and a triangle. Circle and triangle. So I'm going to pop them over here, I believe. I'm going to do that here because I don't know what my diagonal is going to be yet. I don't know what my diagonal is going to be yet. And remember, on the diagonal, you're going to score it twice, and it's just this one that's shaded. If you're drawing this grid at home, you don't necessarily have to shade it. It just helps for a reminder for folks to know that that is going to be scored twice, but you don't have to shade it, just to kind of indicate any kind of symbol you want to push on there to kind of help you. Maybe some arrows or a little asterisk or something. Anyway, all right, new roll. Circle and slash. Okay. Now I've got choices because I've got a slash over here. But does that mean I want to commit a circle, or do I want to do slash then circle down here and then hope I can get some double circles down here? Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to do a slash and a circle here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, friends. I'm going to do slash and circle there. Okie doke. A slash and an X. Oh, okay. Well, now I've got choices there. Oh, I could do that up here, I guess. A slash and an X. Yeah. Because you can have more, if that, I didn't explain that, but if you can have more different, you can have, pairs and triples on the same line. It doesn't have to be just all of one kind. So I could get, a pair of pound signs here, and then maybe I get 3 X's in a row. I would count all of those because they're all at least matching one other of its type. So, yeah. Okay, triangle and a slash. So it seems like, do we have 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, we have all 6 symbols. I was going to say, maybe some of the symbols aren't going to be as present. They don't want to make themselves known today, but it looks like they all are all out to play. All of them are out to play today. So here we go. And a slash. Okie doke. Okie doke. Yeah. So we have, looks like maybe 5 more rolls in this first game. And like I said, folks, if you want to play the second game, we still have time to do a second round of this. So don't you worry about a thing. Oh, good grief. Okay, so I've got circle and a pound sign. Well, what am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with that? Oh, I wish I had some double circles. Circle and pound sign is not helpful. So I think I'm just going to pop it down here. Not helpful, but at least I won't get any minus points because at least I'll have a pair in this row. Alrighty. A pound sign and an X. Okay. Okay. Pound sign and an X. Wow, the dice are not being very, very helpful today. Not being very, very helpful today. Okay, so I'm going to do this here. Give myself a couple pairs. Yep. Yep. Circle and triangle. Well, darn. Darn. Do I want to put that there? Circle and triangle. No, I can get a pair out of that. Oh, but I'll get -5. Oh, boo earns. Boo earns. Oh, dang it. All right. Righty. 2 more rolls. 2 more rolls. How you doing, friends? Y'all doing all right on this crazy game? Ah, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I want. Not what I want. Not what I want. Oh, I don't see myself getting a very good score on this. I'm struggling. Yeah, this first game's kind of rough, Sarah. The dice were not very friendly to us and to anyone else that's playing along. Um, yeah, not very friendly. Okay. Let's do the final roll. Final roll, and we're gonna add them up here. Ah, jeez. Okay, well, I'm gonna do this because I know I will count it twice. And, oh no, wait. Math it out, Jess. Math it out. So if I do the circles here, I will get 2, 2 and 2 is 4, or I just get the 4 here. Oh, boo earns. Yeah, yep, just gonna do that. Just gonna do that. And that concludes game 1. Let's add them up here. I've got a pair for 2 points on this row, so that is 2. I've got another pair for another 2 points. I've got 2 pairs here, that's 4. I've got zilch on this one. Even though there are symbols that are alike, they're not next to each other, they're not together, so I don't get any points for those. And then I've got a pair here for 2. So 2, 4, 8 minus 5 is 3, plus 2 is a 5er. Gross. Um, and then we're going to do the columns. So I've got 2 pairs here for 4. Another 2 pairs here for another 4. I've got just a single pair here for 2. 0 here for -5. Ouch. And another 2. So we got 8, 10 minus 5 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Now we're doing the diagonal. I've got 2 pairs across, so that's a 4. 2 pairs coming down here for another 4 for an 8. 8 and 5 is 12, and 7 is 19. Jeepers. That was, or no, 8 and 12 is 13. I can math. I got a big whopping 20. Woo, not great. But that's okay, because we're going to play this again. 39, those darn -5s. Yep, I feel you, Sarah. I feel you. But you know what? There's a game 2. Game 2 is afoot, friends. So y'all can jump in on game 2 here. Get your grids ready. Get your grids ready. The score to beat is 53. 53, friends. So, everybody that's participating in the chat, here is your starter symbol. Y'all start with the triangle. Put that in the upper left-hand corner of your 5x5 grid. And my starter, I'm not doing the triangle. We got to do something different. The speed bump. 3 lines. Oh, okay. 3 lines. Here we go. Gonna take a quick sip of water here. Quick sip of the water. And here we go. Game 2 is afoot. We got a triangle and a slash. Ah! Darn it. Darn. Okay. Where am I going to put that now? Where am I going to put that now? Because I don't have a triangle. Let's do this. Let's see. All right. Let's see if that does anything for me. Doesn't do anything for me, but that's okay. Here we go. Ah! We've got an O and an X. 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 Oh, if I keep saying it, maybe something will change. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Let's see what happens if I put them. You know, I'm going to try for the O's again. A circle, I should say. Circle and an X. I'm gonna try something. Trying something a little different, friends. Little different. Ooh, circle and triangle. Circle and a triangle. Okay. Circle and a triangle is nice. Let's do, see if I can get my diagonal game going here. All right, roll them up. Roll them up. Slash and a triangle. Well, I know where that's going. A slash and a triangle. So next month when we play this, friends, everything's gonna go back to 0. We're gonna restart and we'll go from there. So whoever wins in February, everyone's gonna go back down to 0. Okay, it's a whole new game, whole new game. Triangle and a pound sign. Well, that's nice. That's nice. I'll do that here. Would like to get more circles this time. Would like to get more circles this time. Ba ba da ba da ba da ba ba. Ba ba da ba ba da bum. Okie doke. Let's do. Sarah's requesting more slashes. All right. Well, I've got an X and 3 lines for you. Not sure if that's what you wanted, but there it is. 3 lines and an X. Okie doke. 3 lines and an X. Not that kind, I know. Yeah, I understood what you meant, Sarah, but the dice did not. Or they might have understood and just refused to take your request. Either way, I'm just the messenger. There you go, an X and a slash. An X and a slash. An X and a slash. What? An X and a slash. Gotta be specific when they ask of the dice. Yes. They only take specific requests. Okay, I'm going to, let's do this. So I get a couple pairs in and this. Yeah, get a couple pairs in that time. Alrighty. Here we go. Down the dice tower we go. Ooh, an X and a slash again. X and a slash. We got ourselves an X and a slash. I may regret this later, but I don't know. Oh. Yeah, I gotta do that there, actually. Because that would leave me stuck. So I gotta do this. Got to do that. There we go. There we go. There we go. So let's see here. An X and a pound sign. Ooh, okay. Well, you say? Hmm, X and a pound sign. Yeah, X and a pound sign. Oh, speed bump. Speed bump again. Safety first, friends. Safety first. Okay, we've got pound sign and 3 lines. Ooh, goodness. Oh no. Man, I blocked myself from that one. Darn, darn, darny, darn, darn. I need another slash. Slashes would be nice. Slashes, please, dice. Slashes, please. 2 more rolls, friends. 2 more rolls, and then we're going to tally it up here. 2 more rolls. We've got 3 lines and a triangle. Ah, that's not nice. Single slash, please. I know. I'm also right there with you, Sarah. Single slash, please. But the dice are not telling us that today. Oh, this game is even worse than the first game for me. Dang it. Okay, single slash would be nice. If we can get 2 slashes, that would be even more ideal, I feel like. Even more ideal. So, let's see. Let's hope and pray and give all your good vibes. Oh, Sarah wants a triangle. Now you're just throwing a whole wrench in the thing, Sarah. Just kidding. Just kidding. Who knows what these dice are going to do? They're wild, they're vicious. Oh, they gave you a triangle, but they gave me nothing in. Well, I guess I can put the triangle there. Okay. Stop complaining, Jess. You're fine. Wow, friends. That was. Yep, it knew. It just knew. Wow. Okie doke. So I'm going to add these up now. 2 pairs is 4. And 2. And minus 5 here. Ah, and a 2. And a 3. So that cancels out. So I get 6 on that end. I got 2 here and minus 5. Oh, I'm almost embarrassed to even just write these down because this was just, oh no, I didn't get anything there. I did not get anything there. This was just way too much. Minus 10 plus 6 is a negative 4. Oh, good grief. And I got 2 over here and 2 over here. Wow, 6 and 4 is 2. 4. Wow, single digits. Single digits, friends. So crazy. That's embarrassing. Sarah got 36. That's not bad. It's not as high as your last one, but that's okay. You still did way better than I did. How did everyone else do on this? Yak Manda doesn't seem like they are in the chat. I think they probably thought that their high score was enough that they didn't need to compete for it this time. So Yak Manda and Gus or Not and Sarah are our top people. Sarah, why don't you shoot me a whisper in the chat with your email address, and maybe I'll send you a little thing too, just to say thanks for playing too. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll send it for the top 3. Maybe I'll do that. So yeah, Sarah, send me a whisper on Twitter with your email and we can get things sorted and kind of send you something too. Just to say thanks for playing. And that was Crisscross, friends. Ugh. Good grief. That was crazy. My lowest score. Apparently I do just like enjoy low scores sometimes, and I just want to make it aware for everybody. Yeah, that score was great. That is very true. So we are ending up. Crisscross has been a Wednesday highlight this month for me. Oh, that's awesome, Sarah. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, shoot me a whisper with your email, and I could send something out to you as a little thanks for playing with me in the chat. So, friends, I will be back on Friday doing some digital stuff. I've got a new cool little puzzle game that I want to try out with you all, that I found on Steam. It's really fun. And I also want to do a completed Takanoko game because 2 weeks ago, my internet was kind of being funky and I had to end the stream early, unfortunate. And then the following week, our power went out because of an ice storm. So yeah, so I kind of want to complete Takanoko on the stream as well because it's a cute little game and I like the graphics and everything that the Steam implementation gives to it. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do Takanoko and then this new puzzly game with y'all on Friday, which is gonna be 3 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. GMT. And so, yeah, I will catch you all then. But for now, who shall we raid? Who is online? If anyone has any suggestions, let me know. I've got Board Gamer Steph. She's currently online. Bonita, what is she doing? Oh, she's going through that RPG, that RPG court game. And then we've got Kentucky Fried Dice. Oh, looks like they're playing some Among Us right now. Renegade. Renegade's doing a little talk show, looks like. Renegade Games. But yeah, if anybody has any suggestions on who we should raid and all that fun stuff, I am totally game for sending you all on the raid train. Sending you all on the raid train. Yeah. Who do we got? Alpook is playing Shards of Infinity. Oh. Do I not have him on? I don't have him on there. I know, there's a lot of great choices right now. That's very true. That is very, very true. He's playing Shards of Infinity. All right, there doesn't seem to be that many. But I think I'm gonna give Benita some love. Keep it going with the raid train. Send all the love and emojis and bits and things to Benita. She's a wonderful human. And so yeah, we'll send all y'all over there right now. So let's do that. Get prepped and ready. Alrighty, friends. Until next time, I will see you down the road. Be kind to each other. Have fun. Make sure that you stay safe, stay healthy, and all of that fun stuff. So take care, folks. I will see you next time.